Welcome to our YouTube channel. I was supposed to say all sorts of things about you needing to subscribe and like and comment below and press the bell and all these things. You know, the usual shit that makes all of this stuff roll and exist. So do that or you're not allowed cake.
So today our team have given us 5 different meanings that they would like us to create Bindrunes for. And we're just going to pick them out of this lovely hat that we have on our web shop. It's the ocean blue baby. And we're going to draw them at the same time and see what we both come up with.
Is it like a race?
We have 5 minutes to do it. Is it a race?
Do we get a prize?
Well, I hope so.
What's the deal?
An early finish.
What happens with the Bindrunes afterwards?
They're going in the newsletter for free. Okay, do you want to pick out the first one or do you want me to?
Aggressive. Sure. This is one piece of paper. Adventure.
Adventure.
This is John's.
And it's got little mountains on
Came
it.
with a little drawing. I kind of knew a little bit about what we were up to, so I brought my book along as reference. Do we have a timer? Adam has a timer. Positive adventure?
Just adventure.
3,
Anything you want.
2, 1, go. You're such a show off.
Hmm?
I said you're such a show off.
It's finished.
Yeah, but he's not just finished. He's drawn a god mask.
Okay. Okay, so based on the fact that it's John who made this request for an adventure binder, I did the logical thing. I took Rido for travel and added in there. And Gabo, because it's a gift to be so privileged that you have a chance to travel and adventure and see the world. Then I added Thurs, because nature bites back. And John goes on scrambles down scree hills and shit like that, so he's undoubtedly going to get bruised, and he always complains about his fucking knees. So I'm guessing nature is biting him back. And I put Manas there because I find travel and adventures like this to be something that helps illuminate things inside yourself, and Manas is a lot about self-insight and mankind. Then I put Lagers there because, well, specifically to John, he goes out and dips himself in a lot of water when he's out hiking. He lays down in pools of water and rivers and stuff like that to heal and feel well about himself. So I figured Lagers is probably pretty good to have in there. Then I added Algis for protection because I do want the fuckwit to come back to work and be alive. And then Kaunas because of passion behind things that you like to do in life, and he likes to do these things. Most people that travel and have adventures, they do it because they like it. So the Bindrune looks like this, and I can illuminate it by pointing out there. Gabo, Lagers, Thurs, Kaunas inside Thurs, Rido, 3 dots because empowerment and making it more fierce, and Algis for protection, and Manas is also called right there. Yes.
Okay. So this is mine. I used some similar runes to you actually. I used Thurs for freedom, Rido for travel. I used Ingvar's for nature and the peace and everything that I know that it brings to John. Obviously, we've known how personal this is for him. Algaes for protection, and Tiva's, for courage.
Because he does dumb shit.
Well, he does dumb stuff, but he's also really brave because he just goes on adventures on his own, and I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
There we have it.
Nice. Okay. Do you want to pull the next one?
Yeah, I will. Oh, that's the ticket. Stress relief.
If I eat it, will I have stress relief?
3, 2, 1, go. What's your favourite rune, mate?
Oh, my favourite rune.
What rune connects to you the most?
I'm usually quite drawn to Urus. Urus?
Urus.
Mostly. Personally, for me. But when it's always different when I'm speaking to someone or creating a Bindrune for someone. I'm usually drawn to specific runes for specific people. But for me personally, it's that one.
So what is your favourite rune?
Depends a bit on the situation. I've always been very fond of Algis, but I think my favourite is Thors. It's a clear call back to nature for humanity, and yeah, it has a lot of connection for me. I like thorns. Thors to me is not so much about Thor as it is about the primal places that we come from in so many ways.
What's your favourite rune from Bindrune Sigil? Or rune, I guess, from the rune sigil and Bindrune's book, Isa?
Oh. See if I can find it. Why am I not allowed to just draw worms in peace?
Well, because I try and make it more interesting and ask questions. And
That one.
sigil for God in a location. Have you ever used it?
Yeah, I have.
When was the last time you used a Bindrune in your personal life? Yesterday?
Yesterday when I stabbed myself in the face with the tattoo machine.
Do you wanna break the Bindrune down?
What, the one on my face? No,
No.
it's mine.
You're going to get lots of questions about that, I think.
Sure. And I can keep going. No.
I need to clean it up. It's fine. Can these all be cleaned up for the newsletter?
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. It does need to be cleaned up. Just FYI. So I used Yura for peace, Lagus for healing, Evaz for stability, Bacano for the calm and the sanctuary, and Sovolo for optimism and I don't know how to explain it, the rising sun kind of thing. So it's like everything sort of feels lighter and brighter and not so gloomy.
Sun on your face.
Yeah, so stress relief.
Okay. Hello. Well, looks like this. I need to look at it though to be able to explain it. I used a broken Hagelas because I see Hagelas as like a rune of stress and anxiety and hardship. And I have a tendency to take some runes and break them with a line through them. So I did that. That's like the main rune that it's built on. If you can see it, it's very obvious. Then I used Wunju for joy and for happiness and for the lighter things in life. I used Lagos for healing and water. I used Ing for introspection and grounding yourself in nature. I used Barcano for the maternal healing, Mother Earth and healing nature stuff. And I used Manas again for the self. And then I added, in the end, I added Isa in the middle, but also broken by the same line that breaks Hagaras, because Isa is that relentless opposition in life that usually causes stress. So, and it ended up being a bit asymmetric and chaotic, but I don't know. Yeah. That's it. Next one! So, the explanations and everything for the runes that we've already done will come in written form in our newsletter, and the remaining runes, we're not going to do the explanations for them here. They're going to be in the newsletter as well. So go subscribe to the newsletter. Link should be below somewhere, because we don't have time for it. It's that fucking simple.
Is it this morning?
Jesus. Better sleep for new parents. Fair. Alright. It's not that long since we needed this ourselves, so...
Yep.
Yep.
Still do, actually. Really.
Yeah, kind of. I don't need more sleep because of parenting. I need more sleep because life.
5 minutes on the timer, starting now. If someone was to make you a Bindrune right now, what would you need, Lisa?
I'm not Bindrune to make you shut up.
Thanks. What about you, May?
Bindrune for clarity, I think, on how to solve some problems. Point me in the right direction.
What would be your favorite utilization of runes? Like, do you put it on a paper and burn it, and do you
Yes, I like doing that. I really, really like carving them into candles and burning the candle, especially if you incorporate like the colour into the meaning as well, because different colours give different intentions too. And I think that makes it much more powerful, and I like to manifest and everything while I'm using my runes, my Bindrunes.
What would you say to someone who doesn't believe in runic magic?
Bore off.
I mean, it's a hard thing to believe in anything that is, beyond what the eye can see and all that. And it's okay to doubt or not want to believe. That doesn't mean that it's a dysfunctional tool, because it is what it is. Just like tarot cards and such, it's a really functional tool that you can apply to life wherever you need it. And you can't deny that it works as practical magic, as a psychological tool. If you want to believe in the supernatural aspect of it, that you can actually manifest using runes, I think it's wonderful. I think it's a really, really nice thing to have some sort of trust in the unseen world around us. But hey, if you can't bring yourself to that, if you don't have that bravery in you to go, fuck it, there's more between the sky and the ground than just science, well, that's your choice. Tough luck. Sad, but tough luck.
I could just talk. Can the doodles you put on your paper while you're done be put in the newsletter too?
Yeah, sure. I have no problem with that. This is a duck of death.
I'm done. I can't think of
Done.
anything else to add to it.
Okay. Isa,
Right.
show me a Bindrune.
And a Dog of Death.
What runes did you use?
I used Urus, Gebo, Vunjo, Yera, Perthro, Imas, Lagos, and Isa.
No Duck of Death. Okay, I used Ivas, Wunjo, Gibo, Fehu, and Dagas.
I'm so tired.
Okay, so the person that's chosen this, they've written safe travel, but they've specified 2 runes that they would like in it.
Okay.
So Rido and Algiers. So should we just add 1 extra rune and make it just a little one? Just see if we use different runes.
Yeah, that's a fun challenge.
See what happens. There we go. Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
You first, man.
Bindrune. Obviously we've got Rido and Algiers in there, and I added Sovelo. What did you choose?
So we had Rido, Algis, and I added Ansus. Because I figured that's not a bad travel companion. It is quite cool with the little challenge of only sticking to 3 runes, 2 pre-chosen. I think people choose the additional rune. People choose runes for very, very personal reasons overall. Like we have different experiences with them, both depending on how long you've worked with them and what experiences you've gone through with them, relationships to people, all these things. There's only 24 runes, right? But they have each so many meanings, and then you tie them into the world around you and everything you get exposed to and go through. So they each take on a little bit of extra personality, which I personally think is really cool. Like my own personal view of Tivas, for example, is extremely different than how most people see it and how it's written. And I really like that aspect of the runes, that they're so personal. Like we chose 2 different runes for this, and we probably chose them for very, very different reasons.
Yeah.
It'll be in the newsletter if you want to learn about why. But yeah, it's nice. Last one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe mine.
There's it's the label. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hipster.
I didn't want to put it down over my tattoo
Fair enough.
because that hurts. What do they have? Patience with oneself. Okay. Probably gonna need 5 minutes for that. And some time and patience.
Are you
Timer?
ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start now. If you didn't work with the other Futhark, what would you like to work with instead?
That's a terrible question.
I'm not answering that one.
There are several runic alphabets, but the one that has most meaning poured into it is the Elder Futhark. And to me, the Elder Futhark is the important one because at the time of the rise of Odin, the cult of Odin and the death cult of Odin in Scandinavia and Germanic region, these were the runes that were used. They get replaced come the Viking Age when a more homogeneous language becomes necessary. They also homogenize the writing system, and it becomes the younger Futhark, which is significantly smaller, and to me it's actually more complicated because you're guessing more at what the different runes mean because they represent so many different letters and sounds. So yeah, I always stick to Elder Futhark. Right, I'm supposed to make a Bindrune.
what made you add your own twist to the runes and the numbers?
Oh, the rune
What?
numbers. The reason I made them was because there is no runic numerical system in Scandinavia at the time, and I've always often been asked how would you write this in the Viking Age, and you wouldn't. It didn't really happen. It wasn't used. The only ones that really used the numerical system was the Latin monks that ended up in Scandinavia and Anglo-Saxon regions and stuff like that. So I decided to make something that graphically functioned with the runes, because that made sense to throw in there. And yeah, it made sense to throw in there and add to the book. So it's a little accompaniment tool that I have somewhere in here. Numeral system. It's really simple. It's like, yeah. It's worth having. It's a good little addition.
Is there anything stand out in the Loveless last book?
I created tomb tokens for this book, which are really cool.
And guidelines on how to make.
And guidelines on how to bind your own runes for couples or for memorials. What else? I think that's it. Well, I don't know where the page is, so I can't even show you. Guide to making your own couples bindrines. And put some personal things in here as well, which was fun to do. Memorials. So yeah. I'm done.
What? Before me? I used Urus, Suvelo, I used Ivas, I used Dagas, I used Tivas, I used Yera, and I used Gable. Reasons and explanations in the newsletter.
That's my one. Then I used Ansus, Othala, Manas, and Yera.
That about sums up this weird experiment. It was really fun. We sell these books. There's more stuff coming. We do custom Bindrunes. We do rune readings. All sorts of stuff. We also sell the other books. It's all on northernblack.shop in case you should need some cool inspiration in your life, some cool artwork for Nordic tattoos and so on. We'll do more of this. This was fun and weird.
I'll get less awkward.
You can read about the
I'm
rune
not
readings
prepared.
on the rune reading page on northernblack.shop.
And in the newsletter.
And in the newsletter that just came out, which is going to be difficult.
Because
You're going to have to time travel. You can't read about it because you were too late. We do have an Instagram page for this kind of stuff. About paganism, about runes, about Nordic magic, about esotericism, about anything outside of the scope of organized religions. That is named Of Birch and Thorn. That's the way around it, isn't it? Yeah,
Yep.
Of Birch and
I
Thorn.
think so.
Birch, Thorn. Ha ha ha. So yeah, go check that out on Instagram. Learn some new shit. Follow some cool artists that we share and all these things. That's it. I'm done. Oh, you can do the sign
Over
out.
and out.
Gotta say the words.
No.
I did the intro. You say the outro.
Just say it, duck off, and I'll bleep it.
No.
Yeah, but it'll sound. Just,
No.
just say it. Just say it.
No.
Fuck off.